Hey race fans, Alex Weaver here, joined by Alan Cavanna in Studio 3 for the preview show delivered by DoorDash. And we're here to help for your Coca-Cola 600 fantasy lineups. Alan, who is the must-have for Charlotte?
I'm playing this one safe. Martin Truex Jr. is my must-have pick, only because I know he's not getting the checkered flag so far this year, but you want a steady Eddie pick, right, for this one. I know you haven't started Martin Truex Jr. a ton in your fantasy live lineup so far, but he always seems to do good at the 600-mile race in Charlotte, has wins there before, and Joe Gibbs Racing, they will show up. Will he get the win? I'm not sure, but is it a good bet for your fantasy team? Absolutely, the 19 car for your must-have.
All right, well, it is the Coca-Cola 600, 600 miles. It's a long night for these drivers. Who's a bad bet that may not be ready for 600?
I'm wondering about Tyler Reddick. I'm keeping him off my team. It's more of a case of what have you done for me lately, Tyler? The last 4 races, not a lot of points scored, and that's all that really matters in fantasy. I look back the last 4.5-mile races dating back to last year. Not a lot of points scored for Tyler Reddick. Tyler Reddick will have his due. We expect him to get those wins. We expect him to have good performances. But again, what have you done for me lately? Not so much. I'm saving my Tyler Reddick start, not this weekend.
All right, well, it'll end under the lights at Charlotte Motor Speedway, so a lot can change and a lot of different variables with 600 miles. Who's the Hail Mary that has a long shot to win this race?
Long shot. You got to look again. What have you done for me lately? Ricky Stenhouse Jr. has been quite impressive in terms of speed, in terms of finishes. Now, is it an automatic start? I'm not sure. That's why we call it a Hail Mary, right? If you need to dig down, if you need some value, Ricky Stenhouse Jr. is showing us something. That car is showing a lot of speed. Why not give him a start in the Coca-Cola 600? You never know what can happen. Again, Hail Mary start.
All right, well, these next-gen cars, this will be the longest that we have seen them on track, 600 miles. It's long green flag runs when it comes to this race. So there's going to be maybe some issues that arise the teams aren't expected for. So lucky for us, that garage pick. Who's in your garage stall?
I like Christopher Bell. I mean, I like JGR as a whole anyway, right? But slowly, kind of creeping up. Christopher Bell is often the fastest JGR car, especially early in the race. I want to see if he can stick around until the end. If there is some of that attrition, I like crew chief Adam Stevens. He's a veteran at this, right? He has 2 championship wins. He is smart when it comes to these 600-mile races. If Christopher Bell is there around at the end, I think that's an easy pick, especially if you've had trouble early on in the race.
All right, race fans, there you have it, your fantasy advice for the Coca-Cola 600. And make sure and tune in to the race this Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern on Fox. Alan and I will see you right back here in the preview show next week.